We're live.
Hello, welcome Money Monday.
Hi, everybody. Yes, well, welcome to Money Money. I'm Nancy. We've got Roseanne over there. See, I'm pointing the right way. And we're so grateful for you to tune in. Today, we're going to be talking about a money belief that we were born into and how to bust through it. And we're going to be probably using some different kinds of words, and some of you may know what some of those words mean, and maybe some of you don't know what they mean, and we're going to be interchanging these different words. But I'm saying that because there's so many different ways to express what we're going to be saying. So I think we're just going to be doing it in the way that it feels strongest to us. And then if you have any questions, just comment below and we'll explain more. How's that sound, Roseanne?
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So one of the things that we want to talk to you guys about today is that there is a universal belief that says, I need money to be safe. And it's a belief, and some people call it a grid, which just means it's a box, it's a rule. It's something that when we were all born, universally on the planet, more people than not believe this belief. I need money to feel safe. And we just want to put that out there to you that this is totally false. This is totally a fake belief. We do not have to believe this. It doesn't serve us as universal beings and unlimited beings to believe it. And it could be one of those beliefs that is holding you back from creating and receiving and manifesting more and more money. Do you have anything you want to add about that?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also keeping you from expressing yourself in the way that you need to in the present. It's like, when I have the money, I'll do this big thing, or when I have the money, I will dress a certain way. And it kind of keeps you in that whole box, along with feeling safe and needing the money to live a certain way, or look a certain way, or keep up with the Joneses kind of way. It's a safety mechanism in your head too, because you're thinking that, well, it doesn't really come out as the word safety, but it is the same thing, because in your body and in your belief system, you're thinking that in order for me to feel safe and not be embarrassed, or for me to feel safe and not be, less than, you're putting yourself in that same kind of box and needing that kind of security and safety from the money that it's going to, the money's going to bring, what you think the money is going to bring you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go off on a little riff, because I connected with a few of you in the group yesterday, and I asked you, like, what can you use? What information do you need? What do you need from us? And a few of you talked about how you need to know how to save money. And one of the things about money is a currency. Okay. And think about a currency as a river, and it like a current, and it likes to flow. Money likes to flow in and flow out. And so if you're having difficulty saving money, it's going to be really important for you to decide, what do you want that savings for? Is it so you feel safe? Because if you want savings to feel safe, it's going to be really hard for you to do that, because money doesn't equate to safety. Okay? You don't feel safe and secure by having more money in your bank account. That is erroneous feeling. Okay. It's a limiting belief that we're trying to bust through today. You really need to have a bigger purpose, a bigger why than that safety. Money needs to know how you're going to use it. Money doesn't like to just sit around. It likes to have a purpose. So if you're trying to save money for a new car or for your kid's college, that's a bigger purpose. That's a bigger why. And then once you can connect to the priority of that why, then you'll have more devotion, motivation to put some money away. Okay. And I can go off about how much and blah, 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 blah. Most people generally know 10%. Put it away 10%. Go put it in a box, put it under your bed, put it somewhere that you don't see it if you're really trying to save it, because if it's in your bank account, it's going to get spent, right? As if in your debit card account, it's going to get spent because money likes to flow. And if you don't have a purpose for where your money is going, it's going to go to somebody else. It's going to go out there. So that's just to speaking to those people who asked that question. Do you have anything to say about that either?
I do because when Jeremy and I went to a Millionaire Mind Intensive training, and they had us write down like our habits. And then at the end of the thing, we discovered that he's a spender and I'm a saver. And so he likes to spend and put his money towards things. And sometimes to the extreme of, well, it used to be, sometimes to the extreme of like, well, we would have overdrafts. We would have like, the money wasn't there when we used the card and it went into like a fee. And so that used to put me into panic mode, and I'd have like severe anxiety. And then I talked myself off that ledge and said, well, wait a minute, because it's okay. That's just a money flow as well. And we just need to fix that side of it. On the other end of it, every time we would have money, I was the saver. So I would save it and hoard it because I never thought it was going to come back. And so there again, it was like a stagnant lump sum of money that had no purpose other than to make me feel safe, or to make me like, oh, the rainy day syndrome, or the what if. And then I have realized in the last 2 years since taking that course that the more I invest into myself and into the things that are fun and the things that, bring us pleasure, and the more that I put out there, the more, the easier I feel in the whole transition and the whole transaction of it. Now, that's not to say that I don't still have like, when all the bills come in at once, like I need to take the dog in for his shots and the vet bill, and then now my car registration is due, and then plus all the other stuff, so that I still get that little bit to work through too. But I feel so much lighter and better knowing that money is there and wants to travel with us and wants to have fun and wants to eat the good food and wants to be intertwined in all the energies. So that's the space that I'm coming from every time I spend money now. So
yes,
I just want to say that.
Yeah. And that comes back to, and Roseanne and I have done previous trainings about this, is that money is a frequency, money is a relationship. And the more you can make friends with money, the more that you talk to money as if it's a real person, and you ask it, what do you want to be spent on? I'm receiving a lot of money soon. And I'm talking to money. I'm like, okay, where do you want me to allocate you? Do you want me to save some of you? Who do you want me to give it to you? What should we get? And I'm having the best time. Talking to money, and really for the first time, like really, really, really involving the frequency of money in how it wants to be allocated, how it wants to be used, how who it wants to be given to, who it wants to uplift. So again, I'm getting out, going off topic, but it's exciting when you create a relationship with money, because then money is part of the solution. It's part of the equation. So if you're like, I'm trying to save money, talk to money, ask it. When you get paid, ask money, like, how much should I put away? Where should I put it? Where do you want me to put it? Where can I put it where I don't want to spend it? What do you want me to spend you on when I've saved this month? What are you going to be for? And then that way it feels so much lighter, so much happier, so much more fun. And it's taking you out of what we were talking about, which was so heavy at the beginning of this, which was being in that heavy belief that I need money to feel safe. I need,
Yeah.
I need. Yeah, go on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I was just excited because the language, I'm trying. That's never a definite. That's never, you're always in the trying mode. So if you change that to I am saving money, I am, in a relationship with money, or, your words are keeping your mind spinning in that same direction of trying, not I am in the now saving money.
Right.
So, and you can bring that into, like, if money is not coming in like the physical form, like in your bank account where you can see it, you can look at your coupons. You can look at, like, if you've got a discount, you can look at all different kinds of things. That is the vibration of saving money. And celebrate it, acknowledge it, and the awareness of it. Yes, acknowledge it. Yeah. Finding money on the ground, a penny, finding what, you're acknowledging that, hey, saving, having.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will just give about the saving, one of the things that I do to save money is I choose what it's for. So like recently we knew we were going to have to spend more than a couple $100, several $100 on wood to heat for our winter, because we have a wood stove. And so several months ago, whenever I had extra cash coming in, I would just put that into my little treasure box. I'll show you. Oh, no. Don't come to my house. Don't come to my house if you know where I live. I have a little treasure box. And that's where that's where I put my savings. Because I have done this before, where I have had a savings account in a bank. I spend that money. Because I would connect it to my checking account, so it would keep me from overdraft or blah, 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 blah. I can't do that. For me, if I'm going to save money, it has to have a purpose. I know what that purpose is. I accept and I thank whenever that extra money comes in, or whenever that cash comes in. Usually I save it in the form of cash. I put it in the treasure box. I tell everybody in the house, this is for this. Don't spend it. You know what I mean? Or we do it for groceries. This is just for groceries. So we buy groceries in cash, or whatever it is that you're trying to save it. Pick something, write it out, be intentional, put a note on it, make sure everybody's on board, put your extra change in the box, whatever. And you'll see that if it's allocated and you have a purpose for it and everybody's on board and it's a priority, that amount of money will start to grow. And so then you'll have that savings for whatever it is that you want that savings for.
Yeah. I love it.
But money doesn't. But money doesn't bring us safety. Coming back to our topic, I feel like, woo. Yes.
No.
Okay. What else?
So. I could have gone into a couple stories, but that was just related to something that we already did about not putting so much pressure on your money and having if you're in the digital world where we don't have a lot of cash, I don't get paid in cash. I don't have, so it is the option to we just transfer it when we get direct deposit into a savings. And then that goes to other things, or we add it into the regular checking if we're running short or something like that. So it's not, we do have one bank account that is strictly is money deducted from our check and put right into that. So it's like grown, we don't even see it, it's automatic. And so that kind of works when you don't have, a cash system laying around where you can put stuff in a treasure box. Otherwise, then you go to the bank and pull out the money, which I've also done too. Which is part of the relationship that I was going to talk about, is actually spending time with the money, with the actual physical money.
Yeah.
And you could do that. You could do that with a bank card as well, or open up your bank account and look at the money and be grateful for whatever, if it's $1 or if it's, hundreds of dollars, be grateful for every dollar that's in there. So there's a lot of different ways that you can connect to the frequency of it and release the pressure and maybe even write a letter, loving money for everything that you're getting, or writing letter and forgiving money for putting so much pressure. I forgive you for being, putting all this pressure and making you do all these things for me and making me feel a certain way. And yeah, there's a lot of different techniques that you can actually do. And we
Yeah.
have one technique that's coming up today that we're super, super excited about. And this is where we're learning from, is from the 4-day workshop, the New Era of Freedom workshop. It's actually Money Monday. I think that's fabulous. Isn't that so amazing? The day 2 is Money Monday. And if you haven't got in there, you can still catch up on day 1 and day 2, but it's Money Monday, double dose.
Yeah. So our larger community is doing a 4-day workshop about freedom, what it means, how to have it. And so today is the money vibration training. And if we'll put the link in the comments below, we'll put Roseanne's link for her people and my link for my people. And if you want to get into that workshop, we highly recommend it. It's free. It's going to, yesterday we talked about creating your perfect day. So it's, so that you can open up your perception and really start to create and co-create what you want in your life. And that's kind of like what we're talking about with money and with busting through this old belief that you need money to feel safe, because putting that belief on money is a frequency. So think about money as a person, as a friend, and money as a frequency of like lightness and fun and joy, and like they want to go to the park all the time, or they want to go play, or they want to go, party. They don't want to get drunk, but they want to go party. They want to dance and stuff like that. And then when you put this pressure on money, it's like, oh, you got to keep me safe. Oh, you got me. It's like you're you're putting chains on this really light, vibrant, fun energy person. And think about it, that if you were always looking towards your partner, like, I'm in a relationship with you to keep me safe. And the way that you related to that partner was like, you're my safety. You're my safety net. You keep me happy. All I do is you just keep me safe. That person's going to run, right? That person, unless of course they're a narcissist, that person is like going to be like, ew, I don't think I want to hang out with you. You're like totally needy, and like you're putting so much pressure on me. I just want to have fun. I want to play with you. I want us to be equals. And that's how money is, And so like when you open up your bank account and you see how many dollars you have in it, and then you go, oh my God, I'm not safe. And you start to feel your heart beat really fast. And then you start to your head starts to swirl. You are not having a good relationship with money right there. You're putting a lot of pressure. You're putting more pressure on numbers than needs to be. You're putting all of your safety. You're putting all your eggs in that basket. And that's not how you create and grow and receive or save money. You don't want to come to your money with that frequency.
You're actually blocking the energetic flow coming into you. When you're putting up all of these blocks and feelings of negative emotion and scarcity, and you're afraid of not having a certain thing, or you're just blocking it. You're just absolutely blocking the river from flowing.
Yeah. And the other thing that's happening is when money becomes your safety net, when your bank account, with how much money is in your bank account or how much you're making at your job. I just had somebody tell me a story about how they asked for a raise because they got a promotion and that the person that was hired in to do their job was going to be making more than them if she included benefits. And it was like she put so much of her value, how she, what she was, how valuable she was as a person, on how much money she was making. And when we do that, we're blocking the flow of money. We're blocking our internal value. I get what she did from a fairness, kind of thing. It's like, I can get that, but we're not, how much money, our value does not have to do with how much money we make an hour,
Right.
And when we put that, when we add that into our money story of, well, I'll be safe if I make this much amount, or I'll be safer, I'll have more money, I'll be more secure when I'm making this amount per hour. I totally get it. I mean, I have done that in the past. Totally. I have definitely equated my value to how much money I receive, totally, or how much I charge for my services. I totally get that. But that keeps us, when we do that, it keeps us a slave to money. And then again, slave energy, that's a horrible lower vibration money. I mean, vibration, it doesn't have anything to do with us being expansive, us being spiritual, us being connected to a higher source, us being abundant. What would you add?
Yeah. I've been there too, in that same exact scenario. And when you break it down, it's a righteousness need for validation. It's like, wait a minute. And then on the other side of that, it's like you're actually telling somebody else that you're working for to validate you and your worth. So, by getting a raise, and if you're going to accept 10 cents more an hour to validate, just to be righteous, that's still the blocking. You're blocking it all. It's like, that's not the purpose, because that's not the only source that money can flow in. But when you put so much attention towards one thing, then that thing grows. So if you just lighter and open up to different areas where money can flow in, then you're not putting that whole righteousness of that's the only way I can receive money, and by gosh, I'm going to get that raise, and I'm going to be equal to that person, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So crazy how that's part of the grid. That's part of the box. It's part of the belief. It's part of the belief system that we were born into, that society has put everybody in this place of, I want to call it the corporate box too.
Well, yeah, it's
so much bigger.
It's the box we grew up with. I mean, I remember, it's so ingrained in our parents, and it could have been ingrained in our parents' parents. Okay, so my parent was raised by a parent who went through the Depression, and that was totally, I'm sure, traumatic for those people. But their lack or their loss of money and what happened translated to him, my father, as a hoarder, a saver. You can't spend it. He really believed this belief that you had to have money to feel safe. I mean, it was ingrained in him because of his parents. So what he passed on to me was, you have to work to make money. I mean, from an early age, I was doing chores and he was rewarding me with money, right? I was waxing and washing his car and blah, 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 blah. And he put in this amazing work ethic. I had an amazing work ethic. You could ask most of my employers. I was so good to them. I could make anybody money but myself. I could help anybody, their company, skyrocket, right? That's how good I am. Yeah. That's what a great employee I was. But I could never do the same thing for myself until I started getting and clearing and healing my relationship with money and my relationship with working for money. Because I do not put that pressure now on my relationship with money, where it only comes from one thing. It only comes from my job. I do not put that pressure on money, because money flows into us from so many different resources, from so many different things. Exactly what Roseanne was saying, it's about coupons, people offering to buy us something, gifts, credit cards, loans, whatever, all of that. There's money out there in the future that we have no concept of because all we think about is that money is right here and right now. But we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. And so when we stay positive in those frequencies of money and stay in the abundance of money, we take the pressure off of money and we start releasing those slave codes of being a slave to money, being a slave to work for money.
Yes. And yeah, and you guys are in this group and we're hoping that you're getting value from this because we totally, really, absolutely want you to get the value that we're getting. So if you want to go really deeper and learn the techniques, then jump into the workshop. Do it for yourself. Just check it out. It costs nothing to find out. If it's not for you, that's totally fine because it's not for everybody. Not everybody's ready to dig deep and expel all of these things that are triggering and holding you back. Not everybody's ready to evolve into that, but you're here for a reason. And we truly believe that this is so much value that you will benefit from. So jump in there. We'll put you the comments, our links in there to the comment. We're doing it over. That's how much we love it. We're doing it again too.
I made I made an intention, like it was so funny. It was so great. And I'm totally going off here, ladies and gentlemen, but the workshop, our first leader, who's between a 6 and 7 figure earner, she said, before we start our workshop, set an intention of what you want to get out. Like, what's the one big nugget that you want to get out? And I just laughed and I looked over at my partner and I said, oh my God, that's exactly what I told the people that are coming into this workshop. For the first time, everybody who said yes to it, I totally told them to do that. So it was so hilarious that she also said that. And I was like, for me, it was all about, I'm going to think big this time around. I've done these workshops several times, but this time I'm just going to think big. I'm just going to go as big as I can. So that was my commitment to myself. But yes, yeah. Take advantage of these workshops. Take advantage of them just for your personal growth. If you're not attracted to the offer that comes with it at the end of it, it's no big deal to us. We just want you to get value. We just want you to step into the power of abundance that is within you and let go of these codes, which are like really these beliefs, these, this like DNA activation that's in our head that we're not enough, that we don't have enough, that we're stuck. We really want you to step into and start to just let your eyes open to the fact that you're completely abundant and the universe will completely support you and your desires and your dreams when you have a connection to it. And that's really what we want you to get out of this.
Beautiful. And we're also here to break the generational scarcity money chain.
Absolutely.
We're done handing it down. We're done.
Absolutely. Do we want to go into how to bust through that belief, how to bust open that belief and share the words, the statement with them at this time?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I really feel like I need to say this. If you missed our 1-day money summit, it was, oh my God, everything that we're talking about right now, that summit was like the foundation of what you need to totally understand. If you're not understanding what we're talking about, and you're like, I like what they're saying, but I'm not. This is like, whoa, this is like totally different. You need to go do that 1-day money summit And if you want that link, please drop in the comments that you want that link, or send us a private message, because it's out there. It's on Facebook. It's open. It's, you know, we want to share that with you. It rocked. Seriously, that information is like exactly what you need to take you from, you know, living in this scarcity and I need money for safety belief, and skyrocketing into, oh my gosh, I can have abundance. I can have a great relationship with money. This is, I mean, it was stellar. So I know we're talking about a couple different things, but I just wanted to put that out there, that that's available for people as well. And that's a freebie as well. But anyway, let's get you to reprogram this I need money to be safe belief. And when you want to reprogram your belief system, you can't just say something or think about something once and know that you've reprogrammed your brain. That's not how your brain works. Your brain needs repetition, repetition, repetition to create a new belief. So we're going to give you a statement to say that will totally reprogram your brain, but you're going to want to repeat this over and over and over and over and over again. I would even like tell you to like set yourself a 21-day challenge where every day, twice a day, 3 times a day, 10 times a day, you repeat this so that you start to embody it, gets into your cells. Because if you've believed all your life that you need money to feel safe, that's a lot of years that you've had that belief. And it's going to take some consistency and some persistence to be able to reprogram your brain. What else do I want to say? Oh, the other thing is, if you don't like these words, make your own up. You know, make your own up. Make up your own powerful statement, because all that we're asking you to do is to choose to take on a new belief that about money. Okay, and then you can create that belief by just writing out a statement that serves you, that you connect to. All right. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, day 1 of the workshop actually goes into how to, the technique of how to rewrite your limiting belief, how to get rid of your limiting belief, along with positive affirmation statements like we're going to give you right now. But day 1 is epic for that information as well.
Awesome. So here's the statement. We want to start with some powerful words, so that we're going to start with the words, I know. You know, I know. This is something that I know. I know safety comes from a deep knowing that I'm always supported by my soul and my soul family. My safety comes from activating my column of ascension and meditating. And my safety comes from tuning into my soul every day and co-creating with my soul. Okay. That's one way to say it. For me, if I was just going to close my eyes, put my hand on the heart, I would just say, like, you know what? I know that I am connected to the universal flow and divine source. I know that my safety comes from tapping into that source every day, all day long, and trusting that the universe has my back, whether it's from money, my family, and is always taking care of me. That's how I would say it. Do you have something that you tapped into, Roseanne?
I tap into the deep knowing, the divine knowing that I'm always taken care of. Just reminding myself that you know, bad things, nothing bad has happened to where it's like just so tragic that I'm in, you know, dire straits. Everything always flows, and I try to bring back those little memories of when money just appeared, when I thought, what am I going to do? And I bring that energy back into knowing that, you know, just helps to reinforce the belief that money does come from everywhere. and I just go back and appreciate those processes. I also have a word of warning.
Okay.
Okay, so the word of warning, well, it's a few words. You will have this come up over and over. It'll still be the same belief, and it will almost feel like this work is not working when it absolutely is. These are little things that are going to come up in certain ways. You think you've got that side all figured out, and then it'll pop up, but it's still the same thing in a different way. Know that you're doing the work. Know that your mind is still trying to protect yourself. And when that comes up, you can say, oh, thank you for that. This is the story that's passing through. I've been saying that a lot the last couple of days because some things are coming up, and I just thank you. I acknowledge it, and I just let the story pass through. Now, on the other hand, I have had some things come up that recently my awareness to them is so strong that I'm like, wow, that used to trigger the shit out of me. And it doesn't. I don't have the gut feeling. I don't have the sickness. I don't have the anxiety of how I'm going to pay something, where I'm really noticing that so it is an old belief. It is an old story. And I'm just acknowledging the fact that, wow, that's awesome. It is working. But just know that it's going to keep coming up. Still continue to do the work. Don't give up, because it is working.
Absolutely. Good reminder.
Deep layers, deep layers of stuff to get through.
Yeah. And then, and I would just add, this is evolutionary. If you've listened to my story, if you've ever tuned in to any of these other recordings that we've done, my story is I've been working on money mindset for years. Yep. My money mindset for longer amount of time that I've been working in was in the gutter. I definitely equated money to my safety for years. Yeah. I thought that I had to work hard to make money, and that I was only safe when I was working and receiving a certain amount of money. I know that I put my security, but like my faith only came from how much money I had. And it's just, oh my God, it's like such a limiting belief that money is the power of all things. And I guess that's really what I'm trying to say, is that I thought money was the power of all things. Like money was the only thing that would ever keep me safe and blah, blah. If I had tons of money, everything in my life would be perfect and free and fun. And that's like, I'm so grateful that I've released that belief. I'm so grateful that I have, touched into gratitude. And that's really where my money transformation started. It started with gratitude. And so there's also this step may seem like, ooh, you might like, ooh, this might be too big for me. So if it is, tune into some of the earlier recordings that we've done, because we're graduating. We're gradually.
Yeah, we are.
and deeper and deeper and deeper layers, because that's what we're going through. We're transmissioning to you, what we're totally like stepping into, and it is deeper and deeper. But if you need to go back to step one, go back to gratitude. And so this process of trusting in the universe and building relationship with the universe, and building relationship with yourself, and building relationship with money, it's evolutionary. It starts someplace, and then it just keeps growing.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was awesome. Yay. Yes. Love it.
All right. So I'm just going to remind you one more time. We love you. We would love to share some of our processes that we're experiencing that helps us step deeper and deeper into the truth of who we are. The first one is this workshop. It's a 4-day workshop called the New Era of Freedom. Today is about the money vibe. So perfect if you're desiring to really heal your money wounds. I would say get into this workshop. It starts at 4:30 today. There's a replay if you can't if you can't watch it live. And so we'll pop our links, respective links, into the comments. Please choose Rojan's link if you came in under her, or my link if you came in under me. And then we'll also pop into the group our link to the One Day Money Summit if you just want to do the beginning work of transforming your money mindset. All right, I'm good. We love you.
Good. I'm
so
good.
glad you're here.
Yeah, awesome. All right.
All right.
Bye. Happy Money Monday. We'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.
Bye.